Hey folks, I'm June, and in this narrative, I'll share the twists and turns that unfolded between my ex husband, David, and his mother in law, Jessica. I may not be a mastermind with a bag of tricks, and there was certainly no grand plan for revenge. Instead, what transpired was a stroke of luck mixed with Jessica's questionable decisions. Let's rewind to the beginning of my relationship and marriage to David. Initially, I believed he was just an ambitious guy. He played the role of a loving partner exceptionally well, but he also devoted a significant chunk of his day to work. Despite that, I never lacked love, affection, or care. David was in the process of building his business, reaching the pinnacle of success. I admired his achievements but never chased after his wealth. However, Jessica, his mother, was convinced I was after David's money. I tried to explain that I wasn't, emphasizing that when we first started dating, David didn't have much money at all. But Jessica remained adamant, accusing me of seeking financial gain. I refuted her claims, asserting that I never asked David for anything. Yet Jessica persisted, alleging that I must have asked for numerous things and insinuating that David's reluctance to spend on gifts and such was due to her teachings. According to her, his pursuit of wealth stemmed from the lessons she imparted about the importance of money. I disagreed, maintaining that while David was a good man and a loving partner, his strong focus on money was undeniable. In truth, David became consumed by his pursuit of wealth after we married. He underwent a complete transformation, neglecting our relationship for work. Affection and caring words vanished, replaced by an obsessive cycle of eating, sleeping, and working. I clung to the belief that he was merely stressed and pursuing personal goals with the company. However, after 2 years, with no positive changes in sight, I had to confront David about the state of our marriage. David, this isn't sustainable, I told him. You've completely stopped showing me affection. We never go out on dates anymore, and I've been feeling neglected for a while now. Why do I need to take you out on dates? He retorted. Those are just a waste of money. I didn't work hard for you to live like a Princess June. We're married now. There's no need for those frivolous things. I'm not asking you to spend money on me, David, I replied. Maybe if you just spent some time with me, took time off work. And if I take time off work, do you think my bank account will magically fill up? He interrupted dismissively. Don't be ridiculous. I felt insulted. I had never asked him for material things, yet he had stopped giving me gifts or even taking me out on dates. His obsession with work and money had consumed him, and I resented Jessica for molding him into this person. She continued to push him to prioritize money over our relationship, which was exhausting. Eventually, I made the difficult decision to divorce him. David fought it, mainly because he didn't want to part with his savings and assets. Despite finding work after marriage, the court granted me alimony due to the vast difference in our incomes. David and his mother were displeased with the outcome. During the divorce proceedings, Jessica called me, hurling insults. You witch! I always knew you were after my son's money. My poor son had to marry such a gold digger like you, and now he's suffering. You better know what's right for you and leave his money alone. Jessica, let me make it clear again. I am not after his money, I replied firmly. It's his lack of love and affection that led to our divorce, not his wealth. David has become indifferent, caring only about dollars and cents. But that's all he should care about, right? He shouldn't be bothered with gold diggers like me. I hope the court sees you for what you are and doesn't give you anything. Until then, I will do my best to stay with my son and guide him like I always have, Jessica remarked. Her words left me slightly amused. David had distanced himself from her after I left the house to live on my own. It seemed he realized he could protect his money better without having to care for others. He began cutting off people from his life, ensuring they couldn't ask for his money. I suspected he had some unresolved mental issues, given his bizarre behavior. Before the incident I'll soon recount, David had only his mother in his life. It occurred a few weeks after our divorce. One morning, as I prepared for work, I was surprised by an unexpected visitor on my patio. My ex-mother-in-law, Jessica. She rarely visited, especially considering she didn't live in our city. Despite her absence during our divorce proceedings, she had consistently supported my ex-husband's stance against me. Jessica barged past me, insisting we needed to talk. I obliged and went to make some coffee, only to return and find her rummaging through my bag on the couch. She hadn't noticed me, and I couldn't discern her intentions before she spotted me approaching. Seated across from her, I asked, "So, what brings you here, Jessica? It's not like you to seek my company unless it's something serious." "You're funny, June," she retorted. "I have no idea who in this world would ever want your company. You're a useless woman." "All right, then why are you here?" I pressed. "This is important," she declared cryptically. "I've come to tell you what a waste of space you are. You ruined my son's life, and I hardly did anything, June. He was an absent partner, so I divorced him. The court did the rest." Jessica spat out venomously. "I didn't ruin him like you said. I defended." "Yeah, you did. I always knew you were after his money. Your divorce proved it to me. Do you think I don't know how much the court awarded you in the divorce? You bled my son dry. If you think I will let you get away with it, you are wrong. I will ruin you. Consider this a warning," Jessica continued, hurling insults and threats at me. Her tirade left me baffled and stunned. I never expected her to drive for hours just to come and yell at me. It was both amusing and annoying. I realized I was wasting my time with her, and nothing was making sense amidst her rage. After Jessica's departure, I sat on my couch, shaken by the encounter. Her words gnawed at me all day. The next morning, as I got ready for work, I remembered her going through my handbag. I quickly checked it and noticed my credit card was missing. I searched everywhere but couldn't find it. Suspicion fell on Jessica, but without surveillance cameras, I had no way to prove it. I waited for an opportunity to confront her or gather evidence. About 2 weeks later, David unexpectedly called me. Curious, I answered, only to be met with his angry voice. "June, I got a notification that you've spent $155,000 on my credit card." "This is insane, June," he accused. "I am not paying for that. What is wrong with you?" David's voice seethed with anger. "But I didn't even use the card, David. I stopped using it a long time ago." "I am not racking up more debt for you," I protested. "You are lying, June. I can clearly see several purchases, including hotels and activities at a resort. Are you out there partying, thinking that I will take care of your bills?" "Don't be ridiculous," David accused. "I am not spending your money. I don't even know what resort you're talking about. I am at home, just getting ready for work. You can come and check," I countered. "But I can clearly see purchases made from your supplementary card. It says that you were making transactions in Hawaii," David insisted. "Like I said, David, I am not in Hawaii. I am at home, and I haven't seen my card for a while." "Wait, I think I know who might be making all these transactions. Give me a few minutes. I will find out," I assured him. "All right, then I'll be waiting," David replied before ending the call. As soon as David hung up, I had a fair idea of where my credit card might be. I distinctly remembered only Jessica visiting my place after the divorce was finalized. She had come to shout at me for ruining her son's life and to wish me a miserable life alone. Now I realized she wasn't there just to vent her anger. She might have stolen my credit card to land me in debt. To confirm my suspicions, I decided to call my ex-mother-in-law and record the conversation. I knew it would be important evidence. When Jessica picked up the call, I knew I had hit the jackpot. Well, look who's calling. What's the matter, June? Is something missing from your bank account?" "Ah, so I was right," Jessica sneered. "I see you took my credit card, didn't you, Jessica?" I confronted her. "It was about time you noticed your card missing. I must say, it's a very nice card with a high spending limit." "It is doing wonders for my vacation," she replied casually. "What vacation, Jessica? You need to be a little more specific than that," I pressed. "I'm talking about my vacation to Hawaii. I took a grand tour with my friends. We're honestly having a blast, 5-star services and all, she boasted. Let me be straight here, Jessica. Did you take my card and just spend $115,000 on it? I demanded. I didn't just spend it, June. I took it last week, went on a shopping spree, booked a vacation, and I'm still making some amazing purchases, she admitted unapologetically. Are you kidding me right now? You spent $155,000 on someone else's card. Have you no shame? I exclaimed. Why would I? You were the one who took my son to the cleaners and got a chunk of his money. If you think I would let you get away with that, you're wrong. So I decided to take your card and make it even. You know, spend some of your money so that the scales are even, Jessica retorted with a hint of laughter in her tone. Her confession was all I needed to ruin her life. She had already ruined her son's life, and I didn't need to assist her further. Jessica didn't comprehend how disastrous her actions would prove to be, not just for herself, but also for her son. I let her have a moment before bursting into laughter myself. She seemed surprised by my reaction and snapped. What are you laughing about, June? If you think that you can call me to stop using your card, you are wrong. I'm hundreds of miles away, and you can't make me give you back my card. I will make some more purchases and only return the card when I am satisfied with myself. Oh my God, you poor thing, Jessica. I don't need my card back. You can keep it and use it as you please, I stated calmly. Oh, I don't mind at all. You don't mind me spending all your money? Jessica replied sarcastically. You need to get your head out of your butt, Jessica. I don't know why you think you're spending my money, I retorted. What do you mean? I'm using your card for my purchases. That's how you know that I've been using it, Jessica argued. Yes, you were using my card for your purchases, but that's not why I knew what you were doing. Your son got his bank statements today, and he informed me about it, I explained. What nonsense! My son hates you now and doesn't want to talk to you. Plus, why would he get notifications of your credit card transactions? Jessica questioned. You must have short-term memory loss or something, Jessica. Did you forget that the court has ordered David to pay off my credit card bills? The card you took is connected to his bank account. It was a supplementary card I had before our marriage. He forgot to get it back. Thanks for taking it off my hands, I revealed. There was a stunned silence on Jessica's end as she tried to process the information. She must have forgotten that the court had ordered him to pay my credit card bills. It wasn't my personal account, but a supplementary card linked to David's bank account. David had let me keep it, but he was the only one who used it to buy stuff for his business. When I presented the proof to the judge, she instructed David to make those payments, even though the card was in my name. Jessica had either forgotten that or simply thought that I had given the card back. No, that can't be possible. You were saying that my son has to pay off these bills, Jessica exclaimed in panic. Yes, Jessica. Your son will be the one paying off the bills. So spend as you may. It doesn't affect me in any way, I affirmed. No. This can't be happening. You are lying. Jessica's panic and denial were evident as she hung up on me. I guess she couldn't handle me speaking the truth. I did my part and confronted her. I had the recorded conversation to obliterate her life for good. First, I intended to disrupt her relationship with her son. I was curious about how David would react. He did love his mom, but I knew he loved his money more than anyone else. After Jessica hung up on me, I proceeded to execute part 2 of my revenge plan. I called David and said, so, I know someone took my card and is making those purchases without my authorization. I'm thinking about filing a police report, or you can do it with me. Someone took your card. Do you know who it is? I would definitely go after that person. The $155,000 is no joke to me, June. You need to tell me what you know, David demanded. Brace yourself for this, David. It was Jessica, your mother, who stole the card from me. I guess she did it last week when she came to my house to yell at me about ruining your life. I guess she was really there to steal my card, I explained. What nonsense are you spewing, June? Just because my mom is also on a vacation to Hawaii doesn't mean she's doing this. You can't just accuse my mom like that, David retorted. I am not accusing your mom without proof, David. I had her own confession to the crime. I called her and confronted her. She told me everything, I asserted. No, I don't believe you. My mom would never do that to me. She wouldn't want me to lose money. She thought that she was spending the money that I got in the divorce from you. She even said something about evening the scales. If you don't believe me, I can send you the proof. It will make things crystal clear, I offered. Yes, send me what you have. I need to get to the end of this nonsense, David conceded. After hanging up, I sent David the call recording. It took him some time to call me back. He was probably too shocked and furious to see what his dear mother had done. He called me back, and I said, "So, is this proof enough for you, David?" Like I said, I wasn't the one who racked up the debt from the credit card. It was your damn mother. I can't believe how stupid she is. This is why I kept her far, far away from my money. God, I don't know what has gotten into her, but I am not paying that off. I will sue. Mom, really, David? You want to sue your mother? Of course, she may have thought that she stole from you, but it is me who she stole from. There is no way I am paying that ridiculous credit card bill from my pocket. I highly doubt your mother has that kind of money lying around. Plus, she knows now that she is using your card. She may be spending the rest of the trip paying out of pocket, I reasoned. Mom doesn't have that much money laying around for sure. That's exactly why I need to sue her. If she refuses to pay me back, if she refuses to pay, you need to go to the cops with me to report the card missing, David insisted. I agreed to go with David to the police station. I was honestly a little shocked that he was considering suing his mother. Then again, it's David, who knows nothing beyond money, and that was almost entirely Jessica's fault, who made him that way. But now, it's all going to come back and bite her in the butt. I was getting front row seats to the drama. From here on, I will give you an abbreviated version of what went on. I got all this information from David and a few other sources from his family who were still close to me. After my talk with David, he called and confronted Jessica. She was really remorseful when she realized that she had indeed used his money. David was furious and laid it thick on Jessica. He informed her that she needed to pay him the money back or else he would sue her. Jessica thought that he was bluffing. They had a big argument, and Jessica came back home early. Still, she thought that she could get away without paying the debt. Days passed, and David gave her a final warning and even sent his lawyer to her. That made Jessica realize that David was dead serious. She did all sorts of things like begging and crying for mercy. The money was way too much for her, and she would have had to take 2 jobs to pay it out. Did that make David change his mind? Of course not. He made her pay him back. As far as I know, she is still working 2 jobs and making payments. The lawyer made her sign appropriate papers to make sure she didn't get away with it. When everything was settled, David and Jessica's relationship was over. They both blamed each other for the incident and are now not even talking to each other. So much for having a great mother-son bond. Anyway, I had a lot of fun watching everything from afar and knowing that I was free from that disastrous marriage and family.